Welcome to San Antonio by Night. I'm Rose and I will be your storyteller throughout this campaign. I'd like to let you know that we are playing Vampire the Masquerade 5th edition, although there are pieces of this particular story that will not match up with the lore. The city was itself created before the new system was released, and so there are parts of it that may not make any particular sense with the general lore. But we are trying our best to play within the new system. Please know that our group as a whole has had extensive conversations around safety and consent within this game. There will be times and transitions throughout our game that may not make sense to you. We are doing everything within our power to protect the safety of people in our homes, including children, our players at the table, as well as keep the content within what we have agreed to. We encourage everyone, any role player, to have these kinds of conversations with everyone at their table. But specifically tonight, we would like to offer trigger warnings and content warnings for the following things. As we enter into tonight's episode, I would like to give you a little bit of information about the city. San Antonio came into being in its current state round about 100 years ago. The city itself is functioning on the understanding that the Sabbat incursion is still happening from South America. Literally, pun intended, San Antonio is the last stand, if you will, into Camarilla territory. It finds itself with an interesting situation. It's got 5 governors, 6 kind of, if you count Steve, and primogens and a prince. The division of power is an intricate structure within the city, and our 5 brand new vampires have thrown a ringer into that situation. Our particular story takes place with players who are not playing what is typical for Vampire the Masquerade. Normally, people have been vampires for a period of time. We, on the other hand, have made a decision to take human players, throw them into the mix of this particular brood of vipers, and watch what happens as they slowly lose their humanity and become the monsters that we all know vampires to be. This particular season of this city will have themes of loss of humanity, of watching one dive deeply into the darkest parts of their soul and try to decide whether they will or will not come out the same on the other side. We hope that you enjoy this city as much as we do.
Good evening and welcome to San Antonio by Night. I am Rose and I will be your storyteller. I'm known as RPG Mom on the TikToks, and we are glad you're with us this evening. So we'll go around and introduce ourselves. Moot.
Hi, I'm Mootley, otherwise known as Dell, playing Amelia, our erstwhile hopeless Toreador / Bruja mess. I usually advertise other things, but my brain isn't working today.
Pearl.
Hi, I'm Pearl. I'm Linen and Spice on TikTok, and I'm playing Claudia, who is our, so far apparently very incompetent blood witch.
Genevieve.
We're only 3 weeks old. It's okay. We're only 3 weeks old, Pearl.
Exactly. It's not terrible that you all don't exactly
know what the hell we're doing yet. I am Arielle, also known as Rose of Stone, and I play Genevieve Wilson, our conflicted in other ways Toreador, not in vampire ways, just in sort of loyalties at the moment.
Yeah. Katie?
Hi, I'm Katie, otherwise known as Dungeon Mistress Katie on TikTok, and I will be playing Sylvie, our gangrel who is losing patience for everyone, and is just about ready to fall apart again.
Mm-hmm.
It's great. It's good times.
All right, Summer.
Hi, I'm Summer, or Salty, on other platforms, Saltiest Unicorn, like TikTok and various things. I am playing Izzy, chef who has just lost their shit because somebody fucked with my people.
Yeah.
We'll see where that goes.
So at the end of the Makerspace encounter, the players outside of game gain some experience points for tropesing around in Elysium and the other things that they did. Anybody have anything of note that they would like to share that they changed in their sheets?
I spent nothing because I have a plan. I need more points for that and permission. But I have a plan.
I spent everything because I have a plan. And I gave myself athletics after my whole Tinkerbell incident.
Yes!
So good.
It might be my favorite moment in the campaign.
Yeah.
So good.
Out the window. Excellent.
I spent my stuff and gave myself an extra dot in feral weapons.
Okay.
And I spent mine and I gave myself a point in firearms and a point in stealth after the stealth debacle.
I spent nothing because I'm still figuring things out.
No problem.
Nothing, crew.
Whoop whoop, Toreador's doing nothing.
Doing nothing. It's fine. You're pretty.
Oh, good. So last we left off this particular group of vampires. You had received a phone call or message that someone was in your apartment and there was something going on as you were leaving Makerspace. As you all head back to your haven, you found some of Izzy's employees tied up in the kitchen. You watched the surveillance cameras, and Genevieve recognized that it was her boyfriend who was in the apartment, who up until this moment she believed was an assassin of some kind. And that is probably true, come to find out. But had an encounter with him in the previous week that implied some, well, didn't imply, openly made fingers at the vampiric community and kind of broke the masquerade in that regard. And now him and some other folks seem to be in the apartment. You came up the elevators, half of you, and the other half out through the back door. And for the first time realized, as Genevieve said, honey, I'm home, that she had a connection with this man.
This man.
The man.
He is sitting at your dining room table, and there was an attempt by Sylvie to get his gun from him. He asked Genevieve to call you off, and then she tried to seduce him, not quite successfully. And that is where we find ourselves shortly after. One of you mentioned that the prince would be very angry about this, and he said, the prince, so you're not just a ghoul. And that, dear ones, is where we find ourselves. It was at that moment that you decided you were going to go into some kind of combat. And so prior to the episode, we kind of laid out an initiative order. So I will help us through that. So when it comes to combat in Vampire the Masquerade, I want to remind you that they want you to try to keep it moving. Every round can be anywhere from 3 seconds to 3 minutes. So the attempt is to you tell me the whole series of actions that you're trying to get through. I give you your role, and we sort it out from there. There's some maths between the others and you all, and we will go from there. So, kicking off the initiative is Alexander.
No! Fuck.
So,
We're gonna die. Could we highlight the roles that happened?
Fucking how?
Yeah, sure. There was Sylvie and Alexander both rolled 10s, and then there was a roll off, and Alexander rolled a second 10, and Sylvie rolled a 9.
So close.
And they are the ones that are in close combat, and that goes first, anyways. So, I will, as Alexander is going to, when he realizes you're not ghouls, and notices the feral-looking cat next to him, he is going to attempt to stake Sylvie.
Fuck.
He's not playing around.
Nope. So I need you, well, I guess it depends on if I,
That's a lot of dice.
it is,
I don't like that at all.
You did put a giant target on your head, darling, by being the giant feral cat in the room.
I'm saying I'm gonna kill him.
I'm gonna kill him, she says. Oh, one went loose.
One went loose. One.
Okay. So, Alexander,
Drink that monster, it'll help.
drink it up. Alexander comes over the table, and immediately, I guess I should just also say he's kind of a rugged, nice-looking man. Brown hair, brown leather jacket, kind of tan khaki style cargo pants. Nice white. I mean, he's taking like a white undershirt. He's a very just kind of plain looking, but attractive man. So as he comes over the edge of the chair and jumps on Sylvie, he kicks his jacket back, pulls out a stake, and pins you to the ground. I need you to attempt to stake you. I need you to roll a contested strength roll. So I need you to roll strength and brawl, please.
Okay. Oh, god damn it.
So wait a minute. This clothing item makeup thing isn't like representing Alexander. This is just your I want to screw and fuck with them outfit.
This is I'm TPKing my party today.
God damn it.
Does her feral claws or any of her like feralness help her in any way?
That's what I was wondering.
You can add +2 at the end. So it's not 2 dice, it's +2 at the end on top of your brawl.
Which is really good.
But that's for attack. So it's a damage. It's not a it doesn't enhance your, but you're not doing damage at the moment.
All right. Oh, that's exciting. So I got a 10 and a 7 and a 6.
Okay, so 4.
Uh-huh.
Okay. So he pins you down, has pulled out a stake. I'm sorry, are you still wearing your armor?
No?
We just came back from the airport straight away from being all in a chef clothes.
Just checking.
I don't like when you say that.
Don't worry, you need like 7 successes to stake you.
Oh no!
Oh!
So he comes in and just like pins you down and slams a stake into your chest. You will take 4 points of damage, of superficial damage, but he missed.
Fuck's sake, Rose.
And
Look,
that's
here comes a consequence.
So hang on. So
wait, how many successes did you have in the brawl?
I had 4 successes, and then I had the 2 extra die for whatever that means.
The +2.
That's for damage. That's
Okay.
if you're doing damage to him, which you are
Okay.
not at the moment.
All right.
So I'm sorry, you take 2 points of damage. Is kind of where he's at, aside from whatever you choose to do from that point. So Sylvie, you're up.
Okay. So I'm pissed. Like pissed as fuck. And also, based on the picture and the description that you sent me, not only is she pissed, he looks an awful fucking lot like her dad. And her dad was hella abusive. So this is not great. It's not great for Alexander. So that being said, I'm already feral. Because I'm pinned at the moment, right? I'm assuming he has me down, but doesn't have my arms.
Correct.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what I want to do,
He I would say pinned one of your arms down and use the other pinned
Gotcha.
down.
okay. So what I want to do is I'm going to reach behind his head and dig my claws into the back of his head and then rip at his throat with my teeth. That's what
Okay.
Because I'm pissed off at this point.
Okay.
So how would I do that?
So I need you to roll your strength and your brawl.
Okay. Do I add anything for being feral?
No, that's the damage, the extra damage you get if you
Right. All right.
That's the 2 extra damage, which is pretty great.
Okay. I don't like that sound. That's an awful lot of dice you have there.
It's not as many as the last one. I literally did not do a lot of successes. I was furious. I just rolled 10 dice and I got 4.
All right.
That's better though.
Oh, good.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead. What'd you get? Your strength and your brawl.
Yeah. So
She's so excited. Look at her face. The prince is coming out.
That was so funny in the chat when they're like, when the prince is coming out, the party's in danger.
So I rolled well.
Okay.
I rolled 2 10s and a 7.
Okay. So 5 successes?
Yeah.
Okay. So you do 2 damage plus your 2.
Plus my 2. So not 2 dice, but 2, like the number 2.
Correct. Plus your 2. So, okay.
So it's like 2d10 plus 2.
I'm sorry. Did you ripped his throat?
Mm-hmm.
Did you get his blood in your mouth?
It depends on how much damage I got on him. But yeah, I mean, if I
okay, I need you to roll your stamina and your resolve, please.
Okay. I mean, I was gonna say if I
Hunter's abilities.
Oh shit.
Oh, I have this is it like acid blood to a vampire? Or like.
What'd you get?
That is a face of disaster.
Yeah, it is.
that is a 10,
Or
a 6,
not.
a 7, a 9, and a 3. So we're looking at 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Difficulty is 5.
Nice.
Okay. When his blood hits your mouth, you're like it feels like it's sudden, like it's burning, and you can like shrug it off. But there's something about like his blood when it hits your mouth when you ripped out his throat or ripped at his throat that like hurts you in a way that doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
Okay, Izzy, you're up.
Shit. The fuck is wrong with your boyfriend? Jen? What is wrong with your boyfriend? If he's
Says the
poisoning
woman
me,
who's currently a giant vampire feral cat.
if his blood is trying to kill me back,
Okay, sorry. I had noises.
That's okay.
So, my gun was trained on him at that seat, and he goes to make his move, and I will readjust and shoot at Genevieve.
What?
Okay.
Okay.
What?
I have rapid reflexes,
What?
Yes.
which
you do.
means I don't have a penalty to dodging gunfire without cover.
Correct.
Okay.
So, you need to roll your firearms and your
Composure.
dexterity, please.
It's composure.
Oh, it's a
The
composure.
firearms.
Okay, thank you. We did talk about that. Yes. Composure and firearms.
What do
Genevieve.
do I have to roll anything or?
Yeah, roll your. But you don't take a penalty because of firearms and dodging. So,
Okay.
because you're in the open.
Dexterity and athletics. But I don't so it's just that I don't have a penalty, not that I add anything from celerity, right?
Correct.
Yeah, normally the penalty
okay,
from that cover
basically-
is -2.
Yeah, because basically you can't dodge bullets, except unless you have celerity.
I got 4 successes.
I had 4.
All right. I would say you graze her, but it's not like she's fast.
Fast as fuck, bro.
Just like twitch out of the way.
What is happening?
Anything else, Izzy?
Yeah, I'm sure she's pretty shocked. So, yeah. You knew who this was at the airport. And you didn't tell any of us.
What is that?
You had the audacity to let us walk into this fight.
Oh shit.
I mean, it's not only that you knew who he was, you're fucking him. And you didn't have the courtesy to tell us. So, yeah.
Are you saying all that as you dive over something, or are you just standing there shooting?
I'm
and yelling?
monologuing for a second.
Monologuing while shooting. Perfect.
Full of time. Because we're all vampires and we're still fast.
Excellent. You are welcome to respond, Genevieve, if you want. Or you can wait till your turn.
I think she'll not say anything right away.
Okay. Sounds good. The next is Amelia.
Amelia, having recorded all that, rips the phone off her chest,
Forgot that you were
Sends-
doing that.
presses end, sends it to Javier and Trixie and
Steve?
Wasn't it?
Javier, Trixie, and what's his
Butch?
name?
Dad?
Butch?
Butch.
No,
Monty?
my people.
Oh, your
My
people.
She's calling me
And
Robert.
goes, what the fuck is that? What is happening? Help! SOS! SOS! And rapidly moves back towards the back door.
Towards the back door, back towards the elevator.
Towards the back door. So
Okay.
she's going around to where Claudia and Izzy is around the back way.
Okay.
Going,
Sneaking? Or are you just fucking looking at?
she thinks no one's paying attention to her because they're all engaged with each other anyway, so she's not going to be overtly sneaky about it. She's just like, type, messaging, fuck, help.
Okay.
And she will put a comment, a human hit me, what the hell am I supposed to do with this? Question mark, send.
Hearing this happening, suddenly busting out of Genevieve's room comes another human looking. This one a much more like
Human looking.
Human
I don't
looking,
like that
right?
at all.
Not like Alexander, right? Like
All look
normal,
vaguely human.
normal looking. There's she looks a lot like this. Busts out of Genevieve's room, having heard the yelling from Alexander as he got attacked, and comes over and yells, as she starts to run across the room, she yells, "A or B, Captain?" And he says, "A." And so she comes at you, also pulls out a stake.
Me?
Mm-hmm.
God damn it.
Can at the same time as Amelia, because this is all happening at the same time, can Amelia go for the text? Another one! Ah!
God. Swear to God, if y'all fucking kill
And
Sylvie,
now
I
she'll
will
start
murder
live
all of you
streaming
in real
it.
life.
She's gonna live stream it to Trixie now and stick it back over.
Okay. So she like comes at you, and as she realizes that you guys are like you're tearing her up, she like comes back and just like slams you, like takes your arms and tries to like pin you down instead of like trying to stake you.
I still have teeth.
So what she as she like runs over and realizes the engagement, he's like decides she's gonna assist him if he tries to stake you again.
Jesus fuck. Why is it me?
Okay, next is
Why is it you?
Because you attacked him.
And giant feral
He
cat
got
lady
me first.
with
He attacked me.
claws.
I was just trying to get this gun away. I don't think that counts.
I just tried to take a weapon off someone. That doesn't count as an attack.
While looking like a giant feral cat human, I tried to disarm
have a gun
somebody.
on you. It was just on the table.
Yeah.
I was just trying to bat it away like cats do.
Like off the edge
Yeah.
of the table. Yeah. Okay. Next is Claudia.
Okay, so Claudia has heightened senses, so she is aware that there is a third human currently in her room, or a third person in her room. Her primary concern is, where is the cat? So she would like to...
Your friends are shooting at
I'm
each
right
other,
here.
and she's like, "Where's the cat?"
Sorry, I've had him for a long time.
I understand.
No, it makes total sense. Genevieve does not fault Claudia for caring more about the cat.
So, especially because there's a third person in there anyway, she would like to kick down the door of her room and basically rush whoever's in there with her daggers out and attempt to do a stab. Stab. Would be nice.
Don't worry about the
Would
character
you
number
roll
on the
your
floor.
dexterity and
Fine.
your melee, please?
Dexterity and melee.
Don't worry about
Remember
me.
how we said you can split the party
I
in
don't think this is
Vampire?
what we meant.
That's no successes. 0.
Okay. You come at him, and it's a guy dressed similarly to the red-headed secondary hunter that came out, and they just like you kick open the door, and it was almost like they were ready for it, and they just kind of like bat past you, shove you, and like go into the main area, like literally just like
So shoving me into the room or out of the room?
towards the room.
Right.
So
Okay.
like getting you out of the combat space.
Do I have time to do anything else while I'm here, or is that's the end of my turn?
Go ahead.
I'd like to do a quick glance around and just see if the cat's within visible,
You don't see
like
him.
within visible range. Okay. And if I have time, the other thing I would like to do is to grab my gun out of my nightstand and tuck it into the back of my pants.
Great.
Amelia writes to Rue because she has her number now after their little interaction that they had at the end of the train episode. Murder Kitten is in trouble.
Now you're calling in the Hulk.
We need Steve. Steve could just like that
To
appear.
be fair, Steve said handle it, so.
But Steve also didn't probably expect
Sorry,
me
guys,
to
one
be
sec.
fucking staked. Just saying.
No, he said handle it. Whatever that meant.
That usually means kill people, not get Sylvie killed.
No, but you
Your
think
favorite.
that there's 0 like casualties on the front lines between the Savate and the Cameron? Of course not.
You're next, Genevieve, but we'll wait for Billy to get back.
Remember what happens if Steve's favorite dies.
Steve's favorite. That's
At some point when
all
it's
I'm saying is
perhaps a bit of a reach, but okay.
I wouldn't
Darling.
want Steve to know that I fucked up so badly.
You are not Steve's favorite. Yes, Genevieve, and then the secondary hunter.
So the range for that is that everyone like in the room, like who can
Yes.
see me? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. So same thing I sort of said when we were predetermining what we were doing. Throwing up awe, and should just be like, all of you, just stop this now! And she's gonna go over to where Alexander and the other hunter and Sylvie are, and try and just like gently, like not violently, but like try and like put her hands on Alexander's like shoulder and be like, hey, like look at me, stop looking at her, kind of like physical action of like
Okay.
getting
so you're
his
trying
attention.
to make a persuasion.
Sort of, yeah. I mean, she's still trying to de-escalate.
Sure. Point
gonna-
that you add.
So
it's a point to any roll.
So it's a +1, or it's like
It's +1. It's an extra die.
Okay.
And then everybody else is gonna roll composure and insight.
Okay, so 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 successes.
Okay. What'd you get, Genevieve?
I got 4 successes.
I'm 4.
I also have 4.
Or
Actually, quick question, Genevieve, did you add your looks?
Oh, no.
So you get another 2 dice for that, right?
Is it how many? Do I get the dots of how many
No, you
looks I
get
have?
2. So I get 1. I spent 2 dots, but I get 1.
Because I have
Die.
4 dots.
so you get 2
So-
dice.
Okay.
dice.
I did not. Thank you for reminding me.
Play the game fair.
No, those were both not successes. Not ones, but not successes.
All right.
I'm not pretty enough for these lesbians.
These lesbians are all like, what? I think
All of the lesbians.
it's less
Look,
that
this-
you're not like the ones that tied with you, which is several of them, like
Mhm.
are like, like you can see that she is not attacking you. You can see that she is like, you're not. It's not that you're dissuade. It's or swayed, but you're like you get what she's trying to do, like that she is attempting to de-escalate. You've seen her not attack. You've seen her like now she's trying to remove Alexander. So you at least like see that. And he looks over his shoulder at you and says, "You need to move away very quickly." And looks up and sees the other hunter as he's coming out of the room.
I just want to talk and I want answers, and I think that everyone here does.
Okay. Anything else?
That's her line.
Okay. Are you gonna move away or are you gonna stay right there?
No, she's gonna stay there.
Stay right there. Okay. So the second hunter minion.
Did the hunters all save from it, or are they immune to vampire powers out of curiosity?
I'm sorry, I just did Alexander's. I didn't do the other two. Thank you. The other two seem to oh, she's trying to the one that's got Sylvie pinned down is like gives kind of a we should listen to her look to Alexander, and the other one is he's busting through the door. Is pauses because you're real pretty. He's never seen anything as pretty as you are. And then he's like, my boss's girlfriend's really hot and we're all fucked.
All right, at least it had a little bit of a positive
It
effect
did.
there.
Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, I was like, wait.
So they come in and like seeing you try to de-escalate and kind of what is happening. He's like, I was gonna be. We should do the bee. And you see this like look come across Alexander's face that seems both like frightened and the second one pulls out a jar from underneath his jacket and slams it on the ground, and it immediately ignites into fire. Great. It was phosphorus.
Fun stuff.
There is now a phosphorus fire explosion happening next to all of you. I need everybody to roll a terror rating.
What is this exactly?
Shit.
Willpower.
Willpower plus anything, or just straight up willpower?
I think it's your willpower and your composure. Terror provocation would be so you're not quite inside a burning building. So you're somewhat it still came very suddenly and you're in a fight. So I'm gonna say 2 or 3.
So is it just willpower?
I think it's your willpower and your composure. Yeah? Or just your willpower.
It's just your willpower.
Yeah.
That's less fun.
Okay, it's
Oh.
3.
It is marginally less fun. But...
6, 10, and 3. Out of my 3 dots. Yeah.
2, 3, 4. Oh! That's a 6. That's 6 successes.
Nice.
A 10, a 9, a 6, an 8, and an 8.
5?
Yeah.
6.
You got 2, Genevieve. Oh, Genevieve's the only one. All right. So, he's like, fuck this noise, and like throws it down, and all the other vampires kind of like at it, and you're like, fuck, my house is on fire. And
It was appropriate.
everything within your power to get as far away from the fire as possible.
Okay.
So you need to like tell me which direction you run.
All right. Let me just. Eyeball
And you are
them.
not dumb, so you do understand staying within the apartment is a bad
But so
idea.
where it is right now is in front of Claudia's room, because that's where
Yes.
the guy came out of. Okay.
I feel like Jen would be so, even in her fear, she would be so rational. She'd be like, fire, elevator, bad, stairs.
The
But the stairs are closer to the
He's at the base
fire.
of the stairs, so her choice is
Vehicle.
elevator or patio.
I think
It was funny in my head.
she'd go elevator, and I think she'd try and drag Alexander with her because she's afraid and she cares about him and wants to protect him.
You in a terror, like it's like just shy of a frenzy, like your beast takes over. You can't really like, you could, once you get away and you realize like it's not a big fire, I could maybe do this, like you could coax yourself into like coming back to try and get him, but in your first initial reaction from the explosion, like I see you
Okay.
kind of like moving away.
My only logic was her hands were already on him, and that's why she
That's
would have
true.
grabbed.
Yeah, you could try and pull him off of her and
That's-
like drag him with you. I would accept
I
that.
fully support this plan.
Yeah, like that like her hands were already on his arm and shoulder. Like her logic would be like fuck, and then just like,
Sure. So use your strength, and I'll
not
roll
good.
his strength.
Do I have strength plus anything?
No, you're in a terror.
Yeah, that's fair. It was a success, but I have 1, so it's a 1 success.
Okay, he got 4.
Yeah. He's
He
not
like
taking-
he like shrugs and like sees you
Right.
like panic, and you can see this realization like come across his face
Will murder someone if I die
that
tonight.
you just reacted to fire this way.
Fuck.
Well, he already knew I wasn't a ghoul. I don't know what he expected.
Yeah.
And there's the reality of the love of your life being a vampire and the one thing you hate in all the world.
Sure.
And you can literally see him as you react, like, get crushed.
Yeah.
And suddenly, just like this fury starts as he like looks around the room at everyone else, realizing like this is where we are.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
In that really emotional moment. When, and just because like I'm a chaos queen and an asshole, when Genevieve goes to and gets in the elevator, or is no longer in place, correct?
She's not in the elevator.
He's backing towards it.
And I see her like moving towards it. Like the doors would have closed in the midst of this, so she's gonna have to be like hitting the button. So yeah, it's still up. She can still have it while at least for another round or so. Okay.
Just chaos.
And he looks down and is like at Sylvie and kind of like takes all of you in very quickly, like doing the calculation, and and looks over at you and goes, I guess it's gonna go down like this. And tries to stake with the assist this time. I got one. Okay. So many dice!
Yeah, I'm not happy about this.
It's so exciting!
And I would also, because I am
You're the
continue to be a troublemaker. Claudia, there is now fire in the apartment where your cat is.
All right.
And between you and the exit.
2 tens. So 4, 5. Oh, okay, that's enough. It's like, this is horseshit. 2 of them were 10s. I'm less worried about that now.
I love you for your face right now.
This is how Rose decided she wants us to reboot this campaign.
I have just seen what Katie, as a child, when she was unhappy's face, looks like. And it's such like, and I just get transported back to like mini Katie's face scrunch of like, I don't like this. And I don't know if you heard, Rose, but I also just informed Pearl that the house is on fire and her cat is somewhere in the house.
Sure, yeah.
And the fire
Should I roll a fury provocation?
I'm not sure how silly it is.
Right? So like phosphorus doesn't spread right away. So I would say like not quite, but you certainly could if when it gets to your round you're like, fuck this noise.
It's right next to my room, so.
Right. He was right there. So Dell's just trying to stir the pot at this point.
Oh, I love it.
As Amelia
love
books
a good
it out of
poster.
there.
Yeah.
And doesn't help.
So as you may contest this though. So you can roll your dex and your brawl.
Okay, sorry. Everybody went away for a minute, so I have zero idea if you're talking to me and also what you want me to do, if so.
Would you roll your dex and your brawl?
Yeah.
Are you mad? Are you okay?
I'm fine. It's fine. I'm not happy, but it's fine. I will fucking murder you if you kill Sylvie.
I tried.
What'd you get?
I haven't yet. They're still in my hand, Rose.
Okay.
I'm having a moment.
You can blood surge and add a +1 to your dex, like an extra die to your roll.
It's the only thing I fucking can do because she has 2 10s. It's gonna be pretty much an automatic fail because it's
Oh, and you got, and for our level, blood potency 1 is a +1 attribute to blood surge.
What does that mean?
2 or 1?
So what? All right. So what am I doing? I'm so.
Do you need a moment?
No, I don't. I'm fine. But I'm struggling with figuring out what I'm supposed
increase.
I want to be
your
very
attribute.
clear here, and you can cut this. I'm not killing your characters
Okay.
unless you all kill each other.
Staking is reversible, Sylvie.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, as long as you don't have.
You need to know that just like out of game,
Mhm.
you go down. You have 1 minute to continue to move. You can use mental abilities during that time, like dominate, those kind of things.
Okay.
And you can like twitch and shift, but you basically go. It just puts you to sleep. It's like you are the biggest threat according to him, and he's taking you off the map.
Right. All right. So that being said,
Yeah.
so I can do 4. Is that what I'm understanding? An
Dex
extra
plus
one for
blood surge plus.
Yeah, so your dex and your brawl plus your blood surge, if you want a
Alright.
blood surge,
Yeah,
which
let's
I
do that.
would do, which would
Yeah.
add 1 die.
It adds 1 die.
Del, we can't hear
Well,
you.
you're on mute.
What'd you get?
Rad is being released at level at potency 1. Which you guys are. You can add 2 dice.
You could add 2 dice.
Okay. All right.
Let's double check that.
What does potency 2 get you? 3 dice or 4?
Yeah, we get more.
What'd you
We
get?
all.
What'd you get?
What'd you get?
I got 3 10s.
Yes. Yes.
3 10s and a 6 and a 2.
So 7 successes. She froze.
I'm never gonna not use these dice. These dice are gonna be my friends forever.
Because I want to be a dick and I'm really mad, I also just remembered you had blood in your mouth and you need to do a fucking hunger provocation.
No.
I love the logic of that though.
So we have separating out from successes and not successes. All right. So we have 6 successes.
Okay, save difference. So he like tries to stick you again, and you're like, "Fuck!" And he like grabs another one, and the other chick has got you pinned down, right? And he's like tries very hard, and you shift just at the right moment, and like he just like grazes your whole side, like doesn't even injure you.
Just like a gentle caress of the
Like
side. It tickled. That tickled, man.
I'm just
Dance
picturing.
move? I'm a bit
Like
confused.
Dirty Dancing, where he like
Yeah.
goes down
Yeah,
the side
yeah,
of her.
I'm just picturing like Sylvie yowling like an actual feral cat at this point of like struggling and throwing a screaming bloody murder.
And when he misses this, he like looks over at Genevieve and like gets up and starts to book it towards the patio door.
Oh, fuck that noise. Absolutely not.
What was the patio?
Remember, the patio is a garage door.
Yeah.
It's not an open door.
So like like a roller shutter sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like a big opening, so it's like a.
Okay, cool. Then he's gonna book it towards the back door.
Cool. So
Yeah, I mean Amelia's there, so
it's fine.
And Claudia and Izzy.
Claudia's still in her room, I thought, or did she get out?
I am, to be fair.
She is.
I'm in my room, but it's right there.
Okay.
The door's closed.
So
And you hear as he like starts to run off, it was like he just looks at you and says, "I'm sorry," and just like runs.
Okay.
There's that definite like I am fucking outnumbered in a way I didn't think I was.
Yeah.
So, Sylvie, since I'm next, I'm going to take a running. I'm going to run after him, launch myself off the wall, and just snap his neck.
Okay. You're gonna
Is
try.
that other chick still on you?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
You're
well,
still
fuck. This bitch.
You gotta fight her, and you gotta So
Yeah. I'll. Well, first I'm gonna snap her neck. How about that? The plan was to run after him
you
and
can
snap
certainly
his
try. Go for what is your strength and your brawl.
The
Right.
hubris returns.
Did you see it? Legs go up, grab her.
Yeah, like Black Widow style.
All right, so that's a 9, a 10, and an 8. So that's 4. And then a 3. So no ones.
So how many successes? Okay. So you jump up. You flip, like, I can just see, like, fuck this, like, get over.
Yeah,
You
I'm
reach
pissed.
up, and you snap her neck, and you can see her, like, ugh, and she collapses, but she is not quite dead. I don't know if you've ever, like,
Not quite dead.
been bird hunting,
Only mostly
and the dog, like, brings you the bird, and it's not, it's like, it's definitely, like, twitching and not doing great. But
It's a very specific reference, Rose.
yeah.
Oh dear.
It's just not quite. It's not quite. It would be helpful to put that poor animal out of its misery, but it might take a minute.
And she's incapacitated for now.
She's down on the ground.
Okay.
Okay. That would be Izzy.
So the door behind us is closed. He has not made it out that door yet, correct?
Correct.
Because he would have to go right past me.
He has to go past several of you.
Yeah. So for this moment, I will pull my gun back around and shoot at him as
Great.
he's coming.
Roll
Point
your
blank.
composure and your firearms, please.
I will also blood surge.
All right. Where was that when I was trying to say, this is bullshit, is what this is.
I had 7, but I had 1, so it's 6.
All right, I had 5. So he just like, there's like, you definitely hit him, and you like starting to do some, I'll say, I mean, you can't, he's a human, right? He's hurt, like real hurt.
Emotionally or like physically?
Both.
In all the ways.
Both.
I feel like he's a psychopath.
Why do you think he's a psychopath? Just because he's a
People try to
hunter.
get themselves into a hunter if they have compassion.
We're the bad guys.
I know that. I'm just having a moment because I'm angry.
All monsters here.
And his girlfriend has been turned into a monster
Against both of their
And-
wills.
against her will and his will.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't around to protect her.
I'm sorry, but I am on the clan and the team of Alexander has actually done nothing wrong.
Yes, thank
After clarifying the rule, on the gun rule, you do take Alexander down with your shots, Izzy. What I'm going to say is that he falls to the ground and is still conscious, but he's definitely bleeding out. He's had his throat ripped out. You've shot him at close range. during blood surges and those kind of things. Like he's gone. We'll give him at least we'll see what happens through the rest of the fight. You guys still have the redhead who's barely hanging on, and the other hunter who threw the phosphorus that you have not done anything with yet. All right, Amelia.
Amelia would like to do two things. Quick text message. Don't worry, everything's fine. So Amelia steps forward and she sees Genevieve running over. And she puts her hands around Alexander's face. And she says to him, "You saved her. Thank you." And then she blocks his ears and looks up at Genevieve and says, "Finish it." And steps back. And takes out her guns and points them at the two hunters.
Yeah. With cloud memory.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not gonna, he's a human who's dying.
Mm-hmm.
He's not gonna be able to resist you. Okay. Next is the hunter that's barely hanging on. Who just saw her boss go down. And you can see her try to make a decision and see all of the vampires in the room, and she pulls out her gun and shoots herself.
Fair.
The possibility of being vampire food or being turned into a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be vampire snacks.
I just want to make sure. Is everybody okay?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Okay.
I just
Yeah.
wasn't.
I'm fine.
But it's fine.
Yeah. So she just realizing this is it. It's over, and you're not gonna make me a vampire.
Mm-hmm.
It is Claudia's turn.
Okay, when Claudia gets to the door of her room, who is closest? Alexander on the ground or
The hunter.
the hunter? All right.
The hunter that's still standing has not.
The
been
red
attacked
shirt.
yet.
Yeah.
The red shirt hunter, the panicky newbie
All right.
of the crew,
Claudia,
who's now got 5-1.
Yeah.
He's so fucked.
so I have two options, Rose, and I'm going to ask you which is best at this point. If Claudia is going to retain her faculties, I suppose, she would be shooting at this guy. The other option is because of the fire in the apartment, I would not be resisting a frenzy. If this is enough for a fury provocation, because of danger to her cat, I would not be resisting. And in that case, I would ride the wave and let you take the reins on Claudia. So what do you think would be the best?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Amelia will helplessly call out, "Keep him alive for Steve." For information. But it's
As she comes out of the room, and you realize the apartment's on fire, you don't know where the cat is, your friends are all attacking each other, somebody just killed themselves, this guy's bleeding out, what on God's earth? And you see the only creature that's left that you have anything to blame. And you just hear this guttural sound come up out of your stomach. And you just kind of literally see red. Because you're a blood witch. So you go over and you just reach over and you just start to drain this guy. Because you're knives haven't worked, guns haven't worked, but you know what works? Feeding.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no. That's not a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Sophie was really low level.
It took a second for the oh no to set in.
Oh no.
Is this okay? I mean, this is what I think you would do.
Yeah.
You didn't see the other
100%.
thing. So, I need you to roll.
Sorry, what am I
I'm
rolling?
basically trying to decide if you're gonna get more mad that it burns so bad or not, I guess. So roll your stamina and your resolve. So you start feeding on this guy and it's like acid.
+2.
Sends a
Alright.
photo back to Root. No, it's okay. She's got it.
Just photo documenting everything.
That is a grand total of 0.
Oh
Because I had a 1 and 2 successes. So
Okay.
Sends
0.
another photo of her in pain. No, actually,
I'm
she
gonna
doesn't.
say you take 1 point of aggravated damage at least.
Aggravated, okay.
It's normally 4 points of aggravated damage, but because you're in a frenzy and your beast is taken over, yeah.
Okay.
So you're like feeding on him, but he's like ugh. It's like trying to get you off, but also it's like there's this guy is totally, it's gonna be very easy for whoever's next to handle this person, which would be Genevieve.
So,
But she's got other things to do.
Genevieve, Amelia is just like looking at Genevieve, and you can
Can
tell
I
very
I'm
clearly.
just gonna say we're gonna come out of combat. If you're okay with it, I would imagine Sylvie with her next action would go over and finish off the guy.
Did Sylvie hear Amelia say like keep him alive for Steve at all? Has that penetrated anybody's brain? For information.
Definitely not Claudia.
Okay. Cool. So Amelia looks at Genevieve and is like, and you can clearly see in the intent that if you don't finish it, Amelia will.
Genevieve's mostly like gonna be like zeroed in on Alexander, and quite honestly, like she kind of like the only look she'll give you is like when you're saying like with the wordlessness of finish it or I will is he's already dying fuck off in her face, and she's gonna just like basically like hold him and try and like she knows it's futile, but she's gonna put I'm fine, I'm getting emotional. She's gonna put pressure on the wound, even though it's futile, and just basically like over and over saying I'm sorry and I love you, and that's it until he's gone.
And as he starts to die, he reaches up because he doesn't know anymore, and he goes, "Oh, good, you're safe, baby," and just like starts to like twirl your hair, and you have this like really tender moment as he like leaves consciousness.
Two RPGs have made me cry this week.
As this beautiful moment happens, Genevieve feels the barrel of Amelia's gun at the back of her head. Give me a reason. Because you picked him over us. I gave you a kindness. You owe us. And I have it on film. And leans over and whispers in Genevieve's ear, maybe I wasn't as dumb as you thought I was. And then removes the barrel and puts it back, get the gun back in her back pocket and steps back.
Before you remove the barrel, Genevieve's just, if you're gonna do it, do it.
No, I like this better. Who's the better Toreador now?
So one of your touchstones just died. I need you to roll a Fury provocation.
That is willpower? Or
Yeah.
Willpower plus
Honestly?
humanity divided by 3.
Let's go!
Rounded
no,
down.
she'd let it ride.
Okay. Do you want to tell it or do you want me to?
Amelia's screwed.
Yeah, I don't know if I have a preference on if I say it or you do, but
Go over it. Whatever you want to do. If you want to describe fucking losing your shit and her whole go for it. You've already got one of you frenzying in the apartment. Let's go!
yeah, she would just basically like let out like this almost animalistic scream and just turn on Amelia.
All right.
And she has a gun.
She does have a gun. So, you just like you realize like you've just lost your love and like that there was this whole situation happening that you knew nothing about. Like you realize suddenly like there was all this work, like the work that he was doing and what he was keeping you from, and the pieces of what he was saying to you fell into place, right? Like you're not a ghoul, you're like, oh fuck, this guy is really a hunter, there's really like this world is what he's been keeping me from. And you're watching him die, and then you feel like Amelia put a gun to your head and you're like, forget it, fuck it. And you stand up and you just pull out your gun, and also like, because you're not that strong, right? I mean, you're strong, but you're not that strong, but like super freaking quick.
Yes, I am.
You like pounce her and slam her down and just start unloading into her stomach. Boom, boom, boom. So what were the gun rules again, friends?
It was for her handgun. It would be a +3 to damage.
But it's
and then
compose your firearms to roll.
Okay.
Oh my god.
would this count as shooting from a standstill? Like if I'm on her and just unloading?
Yeah.
Because I have a specialty for that, so that gets me
Oh,
in.
nice. Go for it.
So firearms and composure, was it?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Plus the, hopefully plus the, well, no, but
I mean, you don't have celerity, so you can't actually dodge.
I do have celerity, but I
You do.
can't dodge a bullet because I've got cat's grace, not
Okay.
rapid reflexes, right? It's
Yeah.
rapid reflexes that makes you
Rapid
be able to dodge
reflexes.
bullets. Yeah. No, she hits.
so that's 4 successes, no ones.
Okay.
Amelia
Wonderful.
spends a blood surge and automatically absorbs 2 of those shots.
So it would have been the 4 successes plus. Did you try and dodge or no?
I can't because I've got celerity, but you can't dodge a
Okay.
bullet.
So then it would have just been a total of 7 with the +3, I guess, if you had nothing to roll.
Amelia,
Mm-hmm.
why don't you roll your dexterity and your brawl?
Cool.
See if you can fight her off of you.
Or even just move the gun out of
Or even move the gun off.
So I get a reaction to like at
Yeah.
least push the
Yeah.
gun out of the way.
Yep.
What was our result rolling?
Brawl
Your
and
dex and your brawl.
Dex and my brawl. I will now spend a blood surge to give me 2 extra dice because winning at life.
Four.
Mhm.
What was your? You rolled.
She got 7, didn't she?
Yeah.
Well, it was 4 successes, and then the +3 would be the extra damage from
Okay,
it.
so you
The
take the
+3
3.
is damage.
You take the 3 damage.
Okay.
And I
Superficial.
believe gunshot wounds are
Aggravated.
aggravated. No, they're superficial. Yeah. Okay.
Also
So you
still standing
unload
next
on
to
her.
the
She's clearly in a frenzy. For those of you that have seen a frenzy, Claudia is also clearly in a frenzy. She's now shooting Amelia. What would the rest of you like to do? You have 10 seconds to make a decision. Go.
I'm gonna pull Jen off Amelia. Like pull her back.
Okay.
Jesus. How do I do that?
Amelia has problems, and she's fairly.
I mean, I've already killed the guy,
You've
right?
been at him.
Yeah.
We've decided I killed the guy? Okay. Cool.
Amelia will back up. And
Well, did I knock you down or just?
I feel like
slid
you're
it
on
on
top
her?
of her.
So Genevieve jumps on her just like in a pure like vampiric fury. Starts like bitch hitting and just shooting and like not a lot of sense
Center
happening
math.
in but like obviously I'm going to hurt the fuck out of you.
Right, so
Amelia is trying to like fight her off, but like clearly gets hit, but is doing like better than you would have expected.
Amelia, in her turn, will use Daunt.
Now, real quick, if you need to do a roll off to see who goes first, I don't care. But I stood there, I shot Alexander, I stayed standing there. I see Genevieve attack Amelia. I'm gonna just pivot enough to shoot Genevieve because I started that fight.
Yeah,
you're fair.
And I'm gonna attempt to shoot Genevieve again.
So you're gonna attempt to shoot Jen. So if I'm holding on to Jen, that's bad for Sylvie. Is what we're saying.
What I'm saying is do we need to do an initiative again?
Fair enough.
And at what point does Claudia come out of frenzy? Once the threat has been eliminated somewhat, like once the three
fire's gone at
are
this
down.
point.
Yeah,
fire's
I mean,
gone, the hunters
once
are
you're
gone.
starting to feed on the guy and the burning will kind of pull you out of it.
Okay.
So sure. Let's roll for dog pile.
I'll be real honest. Alexander was her touchstone for we do what we must to survive, so she genuinely doesn't give a shit if she dies.
Amelia is actually going to be like skirting back, smiling, saying, "There's my monster. There it is." Egging Genevieve on.
Yeah.
Sylvia, Claudia, roll off.
Yeah.
Do we need to roll off?
Everybody,
I got a 9.
roll it.
Well, no, because
Sylvia and I both. We got 10.
What's the order?
Well,
I got a 9.
I got a 7.
So it would go myself,
Sylvia,
then Claudia, then Izzy, then Amelia. What did you get, Jen?
I got a 7. I thought
so
Izzy
Jen,
got
then
an 8
Amelia.
or a 9.
Amelia got before me. Those two got a 10,
Yes.
so they're rolling off.
I don't know who those two are.
So I'm
sorry, Claudia and Sylvia got a 10. They need to roll off.
So then we
They were
rolled
first
off.
and
I got a 9.
Yeah. I got a
You got a
3,
3.
so I'm second.
So it'd be 1, 2. Claudia's 2.
Amelia's
and
3.
then- Well, didn't you get a 9?
Amelia's before me. I got an 8.
Oh, you got an 8.
And I got a 7.
How did you get a 7 and still have to go last? That is balls bullshit. Okay, checking in. You're good if she goes down. Okay, all right.
She does not care about living.
Great.
And she doesn't care who she takes down with her.
Oh, God. Okay.
3 is Amelia.
And if y'all had left her alone, she might have been able to like come down and deal with that, but we're here where we are.
No, here we are. 4 is
Because Amelia cares more about egging her on and possibly losing the war an asset.
4 is me.
5.
5
Yeah.
is
And just saying everything wrong. Because there hasn't been a correct word out of her mouth.
5 is Jen.
Genevieve
Okay.
could make correct choices, but we all.
Well, it's not about making correct or wrong choices. It's just that the way she's doing it is specifically by saying things she knows aren't true.
Okay, everybody take a break. We're gonna take a break. Breathe. We're gonna come back and we'll have a group fight.
Wait.
I don't know why it's taking so long to figure this out. Okay, let's systematically look at this. Okay, all these people I've tried to drink from have later been turned into ghouls. Okay, let's go down the list. Silent Dreamer, 26. Not a socioeconomic thing. But you know it doesn't matter by work. Okay. Roll stream. Okay. Male, female, doesn't matter. Okay, so taking that off the list. Villegio. Sir Squirrely. That one, okay. Frodo Psycho. Okay. Oh. Could it really be that simple? Is it eye color? Mama D63. Solar Siren 209. Is it really going to end up being a physical feature? Well, certainly not blondes. Now I'm going to have to look into eye colors and hair colors. Because it's certainly not height. But I think I have a lead now. Sweet.
So, welcome back. We are now in a new initiative, which will go Sylvie, Claudia, Amelia, Izzy, Genevieve. Genevieve is riding the end of I would say you would start to be coming down, but you're still, still in a mild frenzy.
Yes.
As you just lost your touchstone, and that goes for a bit, and then Sylvie had just finished off the other hunter, and you all are kind of in a standoff. So, Sylvie.
Okay, so as of right now, Jen's no longer on Amelia, right?
No, I'm still on Amelia.
You are? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to body check her off of Amelia. Just take a running fucking leap at her and body check her off. Yeah. And just sort of pin her to the ground.
Okay. Amelia,
not technically looking to do any damage, just get her the fuck away,
Okay. Roll your strength and your brawl.
And do I also roll that to contest it, or?
Yes, you can contest it, and you have celerity.
All right, so that's
You're squirmy.
I am squirmy.
A 10, a 9, and a 6, so 4.
Hold on.
So, what did you get, Genevieve?
I got 3 successes.
Okay, and Sylvie? 4. Okay, so she grabs you and kind of body checks you off, and you all go tumbling ass over tea kettle into the side off of Amelia.
I sort of visualize it as in the Lion King when Nala rolls with Simba and pah! That's what I'm seeing in my head.
And I'm still in frenzy though, right?
Yes. So you're now just fighting Sylvie.
Yeah, so it's just target change, basically, is what
your
happened.
target has changed. Yep. Now you have an added provocation to your frenzy.
Fun. Do I have to roll for that?
No, I would just say it continues your frenzy.
Okay, so because I've been provoked, it continues.
Yeah, I think as you okay, Claudia.
And I'm assuming that Claudia, having her heightened senses, would have heard what
yeah,
I'd said.
Yeah.
Okay, Claudia, having just come out of frenzy, is going to look around the room and just take stock of the current situation. She's going to make a quick decision, and then she's just going to start doing some subtle movements with her hands.
Oh no.
As she uses Extinguish Vitae on Genevieve. So I roll intelligence plus blood sorcery, and Jen rolls stamina plus composure to resist.
Okay.
What does it do?
What the fuck?
Oh, mighty wit blood queen.
We'll find out if it goes through.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Everyone, run away. And then the Dark Magician enters the fight.
That wasn't successful.
That was not a success. That was a -2.
What?
I got 4 successes, so.
Okay. So you coming out of the frenzy, you're just you're trying, but you can't remember all the pieces. You're you want to, but it's you feel your blood start to come up, you're gonna do something, and then it just falls short.
Makes sense.
Yep. Amelia.
Crap. Amelia tries to assist Sylvie in crash tackling / holding down Genevieve. Blood is she's got like bullet wounds and shit, and there's like blood like coming out of like holes in her body and stuff, and she kind of is like limping, but she kind of goes over and tries to like dogpile control.
Okay. I mean, she had succeeded pretty highly, so I'm gonna say, because you failed. Did you fail? You failed your fight, right, Genevieve?
Against Sylvie being dogpiled?
But I thought
Yeah.
I thought she like shoulder checked her, and then we're rolling.
Oh yeah.
off.
So you're gonna try to like pin her down. Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of like
So then-
jump on top of like Sylvie to be like ineffectually this tiny like punk singer who thinks she's like queen shit and really isn't. Is a like
Roll your brawl.
you know, like the youngest sibling jumping on top of the dog pile, thinking that they're like holding something down that they really
Do I roll Dex and Brawl, or what do I?
And it's minus because you're engaged.
Minus what?
I think it's just minus a die.
Oh, okay. That was a 1 success on the 1 die I have.
Door your doors.
We ain't brawly.
Wait, hold my beer.
Okay.
That's a fail.
You failed. Okay, so you go to like help, and you like punk slide across Sylvie's back, and like Isabella.
Well, Izzy was right there. Could she have heard what Amelia said too, or was Amelia quiet enough that only those with heightened senses heard
I
it?
mean, she said she leaned over in your ear, so I would have said probably not that she.
It was
The little
intent to
bit
be a
that she said in her
one-on-one.
ear,
Yeah,
I wouldn't have heard.
right.
But there was more that she said while standing.
Yes, which she did hear.
Okay.
Which was like the give me a reason, but the
Yeah.
triggering stuff was like nasty whisper, Toreador, back and forth shit.
Am I gonna have a clear shot in this fire? Like in this? No. What's the penalty?
Oh god, you're gonna hit me.
Um,
I've already been staked.
it's at least 2.
Okay.
Do I need to roll something to avoid getting shot?
Or Amelia, who was just on top of the dog pile.
Yeah.
Is she just not? I don't think she's anywhere.
I'm surfing.
I feel like she missed entirely.
You know that really cool moment when someone like is about to get into the car and they do the bonnet slide across like the hood of the car to get on the other side? It was like that, except not cool.
I feel like this is the equivalent this episode of getting stuck in the window last episode.
Oh, wait, I'm thinking of the cat that was just like.
What'd you get, Izzy?
Okay. My dice pool is 6, so I take the
Okay.
2 away, correct? Or do I still roll the 6 and then you just subtract 2?
You take 2 die away, I think.
Okay, so that's what I'm doing right now. I got 3.
Okay. And what did you get? You can dodge bullets, but you're again like you're engaged. So
So that would be celerity plus Dex plus.
plus your dex,
Was there something else? No, it's just Dex and.
athletics. Yep.
Okay, so Dex athletics plus the celerity -1 for being engaged. Or is it more than -1 for being engaged?
I guess
Just the
it's-
one.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
just minus the 1.
So dexterity plus athletics. Still not a huge pool in comparison. But that is 3 successes, so.
Okay. What'd you get, Izzy? 3. Okay. So you graze her. Oh, but it's on top of your gun has 3. Is that right?
The gun has 3 damage, yes.
But you equaled out, so you didn't hit her.
No.
Right. Okay. That puts us at Genevieve.
I'm still in frenzy, or am I coming down now?
You are.
Still in frenzy. How is Sylvie pinning
I'm
me?
gonna let you handle it.
I'm on top of you.
Yeah, but like, are you pinning my arms? Are you like, how are you holding
Like-
me down?
I feel like I would have you as best I can, like all 4 of my limbs on top of all 4 of your limbs, and just like
Okay. So gun not easy to be maneuvered. But
Not
I'm
at all.
gonna-
You would not be able to get to your gun with the way I have you down.
Yeah. So the only recourse is teeth.
Teeth.
Teeth. How do attack with teeth? I haven't done that before.
How do you attack with teeth?
Sylvie, you attack with teeth a lot. How do you attack with teeth?
I attack with teeth when I say I attack with teeth, and we have to be the only vampire game ever to say teeth.
Tea first. I want to use my tea first, please. Okay, so use your dex and your brawl.
Okay.
As we all know, I don't have a brawl. Those were 0 successes, but no ones. So I'm just
Okay.
I'm just in there going.
You're just like frenzied out, just like
I have a 0 and an 8, a 0, a 10 and an 8, so 3.
you're struggling. She is bucking you.
I'm
but
just
you're
playing face at this point.
You're
And I'm just like, no.
you got
No,
her
man.
down.
Ah.
Okay, top of the round.
Jesus.
Sylvie.
So she's also going to attack with teeth.
Okay.
Steak.
I don't have any stakes. I have no stakes. How am I supposed to stake her? All right.
Like I said, de-escalation. Don't know her.
Oh no.
Here's at least 2 stakes laying on the floor.
Yeah,
And
but
probably more in each of the hunter's personal belongings. Like
probably, but that would mean I would have to like let you up to do that.
And if there is
That would be
anyone
madness.
you can get 7 successes actually on, someone in this group, it would be you versus Jennifer.
Yeah.
All right, so attacking with teeth is what now? Brawl and stem, right?
Dexterity?
Dex and brawl.
Dex and brawl is what I just
Alright.
rolled. I'm trying to like it.
So that's a 10 and a 6. And a
Okay.
4. So
2,
3.
3. You take
Do what? Do I roll against
Teeth.
that?
Teeth.
yeah, you can roll against it.
Just Dex and brawl or Dex? Okay.
Dex and brawl.
Or athletics dodge.
Alright. I will go with athletics. That is 1 success, so teeth to the
Okay.
face.
So 2 plus the 2 damage from being in feral form.
Mhm.
So it's 4.
Is that superficial or
It's
how does that?
yeah, it's superficial.
Okay. I don't actually want to be the one that kills her. Like, that's not my goal today. Not my goal. So I'm glad that it's superficial. Glad it's superficial. I would feel bad.
Okay,
your
Claudia.
Claudia is going to attempt again now that she's had a moment or two to compose herself further. I do just want to check one thing. The cost for doing this is 1 rouse check. Do I roll that every time I attempt it, or do I
Yes.
roll it if it is successful when it's attempted?
When you attempt
Okay,
it.
I'm just going to quickly roll for last time then. That was a fail, so I take a hunger. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to try again one more time.
Okay.
So I roll intelligence plus blood sorcery, and Jen, you roll stamina plus composure.
Plus composure.
I'm rolling shit at the moment.
Great. That one canceled that one. So it would have been 4 successes, but I got a 1, so then it's 3 successes, correct?
Correct.
That beats my 2 still.
Okay.
So
Same.
I'll roll one more rouse check.
Yeah, same thing.
That's another fail. Okay.
So you're at hunger 4 now?
Hunger 3. I started at 1.
It's going really great, guys!
It's gonna go great.
This is fantastic.
Great. All right. That was Claudia.
All we need now is for Trixie to turn up to slap Amelia around.
Amelia.
Amelia is going to run over and grab one of the stakes and throw it to Sylvie.
Right.
Which hand do you let go of?
Yeah.
Don't. Hi.
I attitude. All right. Which hand do you let go of?
Hi.
You catch.
I'm trying to catch it in my teeth.
Are you right-handed?
Trying to catch it in my teeth.
Are you for real?
Spending too much time around the
Right here,
world.
your teeth are occupied.
Fine.
Which hand do you let go of?
Or are you gonna just let it hit you?
Okay, so Jen, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I mean,
You
I
don't
would
know.
I wouldn't.
Sylvie, are you right-handed or left-handed?
I'm right-handed, but in baseball you catch with your left hand. And you throw with
That's,
your right
are we
hand.
playing baseball rules here?
Yes, because I would catch with my baseball
Okay,
hand.
so you catch with your
Well,
left hand.
Sylvia has a background in baseball. Look at the things
Well,
we're learning.
So you released her right hand.
Yeah.
All right,
Fuck.
go ahead, Amelia. Does
Somehow I
anything-
thought she was a lefty. I don't know why.
All right,
Would you like me to roll to do that, or is that just, or can Amelia throw something?
you can throw something. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, I
can
just
throw
throw
it.
I don't fucking know what's happening right now. Isabella.
So I catch it.
Sure.
Cool.
Vampires. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, Genevieve, but it's either you or all of us. And it has to end. And I'm going to fire again.
Oh,
I will attempt a blood surge and roll. Fail the blood surge. Go up in hunger. Which I'm at hunger 3.
Okay.
So
I'm really confused about why we all think it's everybody else or Genevieve at this point, because the threat is the actual threat of the hunters is neutralized.
4.
I had 2.
Okay. So that's 2 plus the 3.
Mm-hmm.
This is still superficial, right?
Yes. So as you, I don't know what your health is. As you fill up superficial, then you start to make X's and it becomes aggravated. And once you go full and you're aggravated, then you either lose consciousness or.
Okay, so my health would be 5,
Okay.
but
And you've taken how many points?
so I just took another 5 damage. Is that right?
Yeah.
Superficial. So then I'm up to 9 superficial. So would that be starting to aggravate or like more
Yeah,
aggravated?
it's aggravated now. So your first 5 are superficial, then the next 4, so you
Okay.
have half of a superficial damage left. You have one.
I have 1 superficial left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in your frenzy, like you're starting to lose consciousness. Okay. Jen, it's your turn.
Cool. I guess I'm still frenzied because I keep getting provoked.
I mean, now you've been shot and you're in a frenzy. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
How sensible am I in terms of being able to say things while frenzying?
Go for it.
Right. Because she's just be shouting like, just leave me the fuck alone. That's her whole like attitude right now. Just to leave her alone.
Yeah. Okay. You're gonna try to find him back, or you just at this point?
I think she'd probably try and break free of Sylvie. Which I don't know. Is that a strength and athletics or?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna
Would that
do
be
a
the same for me?
blood surge too, just because. Getaway.
As well.
The getaway is strong.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's nice. That's gonna be 5 successes because I got 2 10s and a 9.
Nice.
me. I got
So,
it.
so you've been now you're being shot, and she like lifted one of your arms, and you like it gives you just enough that you can just like try to kick her off, and you're kind of scrambling backwards, feeling like leave me the fuck alone, but you are no longer in peace.
Do I have am I able to move too or no?
Yeah, you can.
All right. I'm trying to map wise where we are. I mean, we're pretty close. We were
I
over by
imagine
the
you
back
guys
door
are at
entrance,
the-
so we're kind
Yeah,
of by
you're
like
at
the kitchen
the
table,
door by the. Or you're at that like wall-ish
Yeah.
area.
by the bar and kitchen. I'm gonna make a dash for my room.
Okay.
Just to like get into my room and close the door.
Okay.
I don't know if I can make it there to get into my room and close the door, but
all right. Yeah, I mean, we're kind of, this has like been kind of, because it's active, so I don't know that you can get all the way there because of how we've been playing the round. So
yeah. So the intent is I'm very clearly heading towards my room.
Okay. Sylvie. She just kicked you off.
I guess I will try to get her to tackle her again.
Okay.
So we're looking at Dex and Brawl again, I think.
Roll it! I don't feel like there should be this many contested rolls, but this is the way we're doing it right now.
Dex athletics, right?
Yeah.
That's a 10, a 6, and an 8 so far.
I had 2 successes. So you are tackling a fleeing woman who is trying not to threaten you anymore.
Yes, I've tackled you again. And I will have the stake at her heart. Just kind of like at, but not actually pushing in.
Okay.
Just kind of like,
Claudia.
Is frustrated that the blood saucer is not working, so she's going to pull out her gun, walk to a spot where she has a clear line of sight to Genevieve and shoot.
Okay.
So dexterity plus firearms.
It's composure and firearms.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Not great.
1 success.
That was
Not
only
great
1
for me
success.
Okay. So you don't hit her. Wait. Yeah, you don't, because it's the difficulty would be up 2 because she's penned again. So it's harder to. All right. Amelia.
Amelia.
Because you both got ones, right?
Yeah, we both got 1.
Amelia.
Amelia will walk over and like look at what's happening and push down on the stake.
Okay.
Which she's not gonna have enough success, but like Sylvie's gotta stop being a pussy. So
But she is. A cat.
So roll your strength. And
that was an ugly sound that just escaped my mouth, but it is what it is.
you are the gasper of the gasps today.
Is it trying to dodge again? Do I have the ability to do that?
No,
or?
I mean, she's got you like it on your chest. You may, yeah. I mean, you can roll your athletics, but they've got
versus if it hits my heart or not. Basically.
Yeah. I mean, if you can wiggle and get it out of the way, is kind of the
wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
And you need to roll your, I guess, melee and your strength.
I got 2, but
Okay. I would say if we're comfortable with this, we're gonna like, because it's kind of dragging out, they're at least gonna like knock you unconscious and to report you.
Sure. Well, yeah. Even if it's superficial damage.
Yeah, I mean but even the one like of it coming in, like they've got you pinned, they're all, so the stake kind of, because this is the 3rd round and Vampire wants you to end combat after 3 rounds. So the stake kind of drives in, and for like 1 minute you have like you can twitch and you can kind of start to, but you're just like starting to go. You do have the ability to use your any mental powers that you have when you begin to be torpored.
I think I'm going to make an emotional stab wound.
Okay,
all of you, which is to as she's blacking out, she's going to try and see the unseen and see if Alexander left a ghost.
Okay.
So that's I'm trying to remember what the rolls for that because I've got 2 in Auspex.
Mm-hmm.
And what is it? Wits or awareness? I'm trying to remember what the other half of that is for, like to perceive things.
Sense the unseen is wits plus aspects or resolve plus aspects.
Okay. I mean, wits and resolve are both 3 for me, so it's that
Okay.
plus the 2 for Auspex. 1, 2, 3 successes.
So as it like you start to like look over and you see like Alexander's spirit starting to like leave, and it looks over and like encourages you to come with it.
I think that's about when I black out.
So Genevieve blacks out and you all are now standing in your apartment having staked
Amelia is going to make sure as she's blacked out that she stakes her.
Yeah.
Now that she's indefensible, she's just going to be like...
So she's laying there. I will say, I don't think any of you know what this actually does. I'm going to say you
she doesn't.
Assume you all think this has killed her.
Mm-hmm.
Do we call Steve? He told us to handle it, and we've pretty much handled it.
I would be checking in at
We
that
need
point.
to call Steve.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Sylvie would call Steve.
Amelia is like gonna stagger back and like sit back against a wall and message Trixie about what happened and ask, like, I just copied what the hunters did. Like, what did I actually do? Kind of thing.
Well, you also saw the staked vampires that were on the ghost train.
Oh yeah, you did.
You did.
But
I don't know, like...
also don't know if they're dead or not. You
We
just
think
saw
they're
them.
dead.
Yeah.
I think they're dead. Although in every vampire movie I've ever seen, when they get staked and they're actually dead, they die. They disappear. You know,
Go
they
into
don't just
dust.
stay put. Right.
But we have no answers for anything.
Right.
Okay.
Claudia is going to do a more thorough search for her cat, starting in her room.
Yes,
Like, under
Pebble's
the bed.
okay?
Etc.
Priorities.
Sure.
Tag
That's legit her priority.
No,
That's a
absolutely.
priority.
Oh yeah. No, it's So roll a d10.
All of us? Oh, just
there's-
Claudia.
And there's still those kitchen people tied up downstairs.
That's
true.
a 6 on the D10.
And there's still a missing one.
Can't find him? Okay.
Claudia, do you need help? What's happening?
I can't find Pebbles.
All right, I'll help.
All right, roll a
I'll help
d10.
too.
Thank you.
Same.
Thank you.
I got an 8.
5.
Okay. For eventually you discover that Pebbles has created a hole underneath one of the mattresses
The meth.
and has like is like fucking hiding the
Oh,
fuck
baby.
away from all of you
Aw.
and is not pleased. Like not coming out, but you have laid eyes on Pebbles.
Pebbles is alive.
It was 2 of you that don't like Pebbles or Pebbles doesn't like if
Mhm.
I understand, that just found him and got the odd numbers. So he like hisses.
Found him.
Here.
Which room is he in? Up in the mattress.
He is in Genevieve's room.
Oh, God.
Okay.
Right.
So after Amelia had sent the text message, Trixie had texted back and said, "We're already on our way." Round about that time that you feel like did you guys go downstairs, or you cleaning up the apartment? You leaving it as is? What's the plan here?
I think everyone else is, I don't know, are we all in a bit of shell shock of like...
Yeah.
And it's kind of like,
feel like
leave
you
the
guys are like,
employees,
"Where's
so
the cat?"
we
I would
do
just
have to
safe right
deal
now.
with...
I think I would
Claudia's
just
sitting on the
sink
floor
down
next to Genevieve's bed, talking to the
Sorry.
cat. Oh, sorry, Sylvie.
No, it's okay. I think I would just sink down next to Jen and just sort of like sit there and rock back and forth. Just like panic. I don't know what just happened.
Izzy?
I'm waiting for either Steve or someone that's vampire-y, adultier than us.
I need an adult.
When you are the adult,
Adultier than us.
and yet.
Amelia
But-
takes this big deep breath, so yeah. Sorry.
But I figured I also would have, when they're messaging Steve, I would have also messaged Steve. Because I really don't like any of my other people.
Amelia takes a sigh, looks around, leaves Alexander, because, some modicum of respect at this moment in time, but searches the bodies of the other two
For tickets?
hunters for tickets, just to see if they had any information or any phones or anything that can be, like, tracked. Because she did kind of understand, like, the hunters, like, because we saw them in the, that the prince has, like, agreements already in the city, so this is really not supposed to happen. So, are they, like, external hunters who have come into the city to do this, or, like, yeah, this is, like, a big political thing, and then as that kind of goes over in her head, she then searches, Alexander's body.
Okay.
As well. But actually says what she's doing.
So you find on them, some inside their jackets, there's just like a couple of each of them had 2 stakes and 2 of those vials that have phosphorus.
I take a vial. Can I have a vial?
I will give you a vial.
Thank you.
But there is like no other identifying things on them. They seem
Are there like
very
tattoos or anything?
Yeah, you can keep looking for that.
Other than Alexander had his phone,
He did.
which I would want to grab if I could.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So after a few minutes of you all like settling down, the door kind of just gets fucking kicked in.
Sounds about right.
And in comes barreling Javier.
Uh-oh.
Like runs in, is just like, and kind of takes it all in for a minute and was like, what the fuck is this?
A, is she dead? I'm not sure. B, I don't know if she knew, but it seems like one of us was dating a hunter.
I feel like it would have been evident that she didn't know. Like you could have picked up on the way she was reacting to Alex if she didn't have a fucking clue.
I don't think that Genevieve knew that she was dating a hunter, and he decided to give us a visit. And like drugged and tied up half of her staff and was waiting for us when we came home.
Javier,
Go ahead.
I am almost certain that this was actually a coup like this was a plot that, I mean, why else would Victor want this human turned into a vampire if not for the connections to an assassin hunter to possibly try and take down the prince?
Oh shit!
So, that's, I mean, you're going to find evidence of them communicating on their phones. So, back and forth. And I'm pretty sure this was Victor's doing. And we just took down the traitor. Sorry, what?
They who were communicating.
The one that's, we're not sure if is alive or dead there. And that one that's dead there. And here's his phone. And her phone's still on her, probably.
It's an interesting theory there, youngin.
I mean, how could she be a vampire? And
I would not be the person to report that to.
I will gladly go and tell my Primogen that.
Steve's already on his way.
Good.
And he
So we
walks
just
over
perks up when she hears that.
and he looks
Claudia
down at
comes up.
Genevieve. And then turns and looks at you all and goes, "You tour porter?"
What does that mean?
Vampiric sleep.
But she's
Who
So she's
taught you
asleep.
that?
no one taught us anything.
We just copied what the hunters did. She kind of
Right.
like aligned herself with them and tried to fight us. Maybe for love, maybe for. But she
Claudia
didn't tell
comes
us.
out of Jen's room and shuts the door behind her to keep the cat in there.
So Amelia's going to give her phone with all like the video footage of everything that happened to Javier.
I'm not touching that.
Well, you've got it in your inbox anyway.
Well, then you can wait till Steve gets here. And he goes and he makes a phone call. And he comes back and was like,
The hunters aren't supposed to fight us, right, though? Aren't they? Like,
"Shut up.
yes, boss.
I don't know what this is. You," pointing to Izzy, "are making some pretty important or serious accusations. This is not my job."
Sure.
So, you all are to report to Sombra's office in Elysium right now.
Oh no.
Steve is on his way. We will watch the footage and sort out who these people are and take her into custody. Do you need to be escorted or will you get yourselves there?
We'll get there.
We'll get ourselves there. Javier, my cat is currently in Genevieve's room. He's up in the
I really
mattress
don't
and
care.
I'm just asking, don't let him out. Don't let him escape, please. Claudia will find a piece of paper, write, "Do not let cat escape," and sticky tape it to Genevieve's door.
The office supplies everywhere.
That makes all the sense in the world.
Perfectly.
I mean, they've kicked in the door, right? So there's no, our apartment cannot be secured now.
Correct. Yeah.
And then
right.
she'll drive everyone to Sombra's, I guess, or however we're going to get there.
And as you all start to leave the apartment, you see Javier and one of the other people that's with him pick up Genevieve and put her body on the couch and start to pile up the hunters. But they seem to have given more care to her body.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where we should end tonight's episode.
Sweet Jesus.
Thank you for for joining us for this particularly intense episode of San Antonio by Night. And we will see you all next time.